Hallo und herzlich willkommen hier beim Geheimnis des Tees. Schön, dass du wieder dabei bist. Heute habe ich einen tollen Interviewgast und es ist sozusagen sehr spannend, weil es ist ein sehr, sehr spontanes Interview. Ich war gerade bei Sergey in seiner Kung-Fu-Class sozusagen und habe diverse Tees ausprobiert und Leute, ich habe schon einen im Tee. So, first of all, we have to switch the language.
Yes, sadly I'm not still not speak German, but maybe something will change in close future because I'm start learning Dutch, so it's easy way when you know, like I'm in Netherlands now. I live in the Netherlands, and so yeah, I can now understand a little bit of German. Because of this. Hopefully, next time it will.
Next time we make the interview in German.
Okay.
Perfect. So, first of all, introduce yourself, please, to the audience.
Yeah.
Most people don't know you yet, but you will come one day.
Hopefully, hopefully, yeah. Thank you for actually inviting, and it was really a accidental meeting. Yeah, how to say? It's a long story, but I try to make it short. Actually, I'm really passionate into tea for more than 15 years already, and I'm how to say, I'm raised in Moscow but spent more than 10 years in China, and my roots is from Georgia, in Israel, and Russia, in Ukraine. So my father is Georgian, my mother is Jew Russian, and so I'm really like all the time was really international already from my blood, yeah. So I really connect anything, and I start traveling around. I was 24 years old. I started traveling a lot, and my wife, she used to work in one of the first and biggest Moscow tea houses, and she really passionate me and impressed me with the tea experience, and I start fall in love with the tea, and somehow this first tea house was bankrupt during the crisis of 2008. And I was in that time I was a DJ, and I playing a lot of music, and I have was in all these organizing events and so on. And also I already was passionate into tea. We make a kind of tea bars on the shows and so on. And the group of people who was involved in this tea house also asked me, "Oh, Sergey, maybe we can do some tea house or tea shop, because we have a lot of good people who can work there, but we have no tea house." And we decided to organize a first tea club. It was in Moscow. And after that, somehow, because of my passion, and also I got a very good team, very experienced team, we became successful pretty fast, because it was after crisis and was not so many competitors, and also we do it on very good level as I value and think. And somehow after that, I start really go really deep in China, because first time I arrived in China, it was more than 12 years ago, and I understood that it's my country. It's something like motherland for me. For now, it's like I don't know, as I'm more Chinese or Russian or Georgian, I don't know. But China is like my second motherland at least, and I feel it like a very big part of me, and all Asia, not only China, but all Asian culture, aesthetics of Asia, and so I just decided to spend more time there, and half of my time I spent during 10 years in China, in Taiwan. And I learned language, Chinese, Mandarin dialect. I can speak like 我可以说一点点. And also after that, we start building a kind of chain of tea houses. First it started in Russia, and after 4 years ago already, we start also working abroad. First tea house I make in Georgia, and after that in Amsterdam. And now it's my main profile, because I currently living in Amsterdam, and yeah, we just decided what it's a big possibilities here on the field of tea, and also written a book, Chinese Tea Geography, and now working on second book and blogging a lot about tea. And for me, it's like a passion, not only business, maybe even more passion than business. This is why some business things not developed on a very proper level, but I was trying to do that, and hopefully I'm very thankful for my partners who care about all this financial thing and all this routine, and they help me with that. But I'm only focused on harvesting tea and selecting something, organize manufacturing like we have in Georgia, in Thailand. I have a lot of projects that may be difficult to say it in quick.
Yeah, we will link it in the description box.
Yeah, because later. I have a tea forest project in Thailand and tea factory in Georgia, and also we have ceramic factory, and also we have a kind of co-production of tea in China, and also all these tea houses, and music label also relates to Chinese music. So a lot of
it's a whole package.
whole package. Like I'm only in this. I don't know anything, but I know something about tea and ceramic. And that's it. Yeah.
That's good. So years ago, I'm not sure if it was you, but I got some samples of Moychay, and that was pretty interesting, and I tried them all. And I was always watching how Moychay is improving. And I was very happy that I found out that you are in Amsterdam right now. Because there's something special, and that's why I'm so happy to have you here tonight.
Thank you.
Your teas are not the common teas. Let's say so. You are trying a lot. You also have your hands in the production, right?
Yeah.
So you're just looking for, what are you searching?
Actually, it's very often question, Sergey, what is your favorite tea? You know, as you also as a tea specialist, maybe some people asking you, what is your favorite tea, Inga? Please tell me. And you, maybe it's difficult questions, because for some season depends of your preferences, and for me it's also the most difficult question. But I find out somehow the answer on this question. I all the time say, the tea which I didn't try it yet. So this is my favorite tea. So I all the time searching for something special, you know. This is why we like this aged tea. We're now trying this Taiwanese tea, and because we also like have a good experience in tea. And we today have this beautiful session and this space, and we tried 16 different teas.
Yes.
And this was the one that, like we already like.
Look at my eyes.
We already tea drunk. It's tea number 17, but we decided to repeat only one. And this is the aged tea from Taiwan for more than 25 years, aged Baojun tea from Hsinchu district in Taiwan. And this is why we people who are really experienced in tea, they love these aged teas. True. Because they have this so wide palette of taste, aroma, fragrances, aftertaste, and it's all the time ever-changing feelings and smells and all this around the real tea fans. And so then you came into production area. You can play with that parameters, because then you brew the tea. For example, you have this like let's be like DJ deck. Thank you, my friend Ilya, who find out this very good comparison with the music actually, because we have this volume filters, and we have this like this is amount of tea, this is the vessel you brew, the size, this is like a temperature of it, and also this is the type of tea, and this is like a time you brew it in your vessel, so you can change it all the time. This is why when someone asking you how to properly brew this tea, it's kind of difficult to explain in very short sentence. You can say, like, you can change something, adapt by your taste, and depending of your vessel and water and the tea and whatever, and so each master have its own kind of taste and style and whatever. And I really respect anyone who contribute to the tea. Which is why I really respect those who do something special, not just copy, like, oh, they have a great concept, let's do the same. I don't like it. Even my own concepts, we have this almost 30 different places in 3 countries. And they try to do each time a little bit upgrade and also a little bit different, not the same like it was before in other place or city or country, because the tea it's also must be not the same. For example, we have like very famous like Lunzi tea or Dahonpao tea or any, but after you drink it more than 10 years, all of these types, you're still enjoying it, but you want something new. It's like life, you know, because I'm also kind of addicted of traveling, of new experiences. It's my problem and benefit at the same time, but all the time searching for something new, and all the time on the move, and I don't want to do, let's go there, let's try there, let's meet that people, let's go to that party, let's go to this museum on travel or go to that country. It's all my life. It's from I was born, and after that it started like that because of my mother. Thanks my mother, and And the tea also helps me because of energy, because of passion, and also back to the topic, like why go into production. Yeah, you can change anything. You can change not only these parameters of brewing, but you can also change the parameters of the tea while you're doing it. And there is so way more parameters. So interesting to learn and to understand what we are nothing. We just can brew, but to make a tea, it's like a next level. For example, there in China, there is a kind of levels for any type of tea specialist. We just now, because we're working on the second book, it will be called Tea Culture, not Chinese, but Tea Culture, itself. And well, we describe this topic, and like so there's like a Chai Yuan, the guy who they just conserve the tea, like a tea master. You know, after they have this pinch hashi, which means that the master who can try the tea, and after that the person who also after 60, I believe, can be called like zochashi. It means that the master who can also make the tea and also can serve and also can try and be like a tea sommelier at once. So it's very difficult. It's a very long road. Actually, I'm not a zochashi in this description, not yet. I need maybe 20 more years of experience. And what I realized, okay, I have this 15 years experience. I try to be very fast and very compact, because I know some people who maybe longer than me in this, but they have less experience because they just do less. They just travel less, experience less. We don't organize something. We just do some very common thing. It's also good to be focused on something, like on doing only business, on doing only production, on doing only like one type of tea or one group of teas. But I try to be more wide, and also because I'm building up the team, I try to delegate. I found out this good knowledge about how to organize the tea houses. Okay, I learn my stuff, I learn my partners, and they start continuing after that. For example, like now is because of current situation, like Russian part of business, mostly I delegate to my partners, and I'm mostly focused on Europe. And I just want to be focused on all the time on something new, to building the new construct, and to find out the new solutions and new tastes and new ideas around tea. This is why,
Yeah, that's very interesting, because I'm also always looking for new teas, for new tea experience. And there's a crazy thing. If you have tea in your blood, then tea always finds you.
Yeah.
Even in a city where nobody is, maybe nobody lives, you will find a tea.
Yeah, you will find someone who love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, actually, yeah, it's maybe if we talk about some spiritual aspects around tea, I can't name myself a really like strong believer or something, but I feel that it exists. It actually, the tea people, doesn't matter which country, which city, they have always a little bit similar in all this mentality. The tea people, they're all great, mostly all of them really great. If it's real tea people, they're open-minded, we're really friendly to anyone, we're really peaceful, really like international, we're not focused on all these stupid current topics like politics, whatever. They focused on tea and focused on research and focused on friendship and connection, and this I love. And maybe it's a kind of utopia thing, but I'm trying to find a kind of mission behind what I'm doing. And if I call this mission, let it be like to establish a culture of consumption of tea in the Western world, to bring some Asian influence in it, not only Chinese, of course, but all the Asian, and to mix this culture together, and to bring more culture of consciousness consumption of tea. When they have all this tea ceremony on the table, it's not only for beauty. Of course, its aesthetic is great, and they have all place it rightly. I'm not a good ceremony, but I'm like this feeling, and I like the people who actually can do it properly, to make it beautiful and very attractive, and beautiful moves, and very ceremonial like looking styles, and it's absolutely incredible. And then people get involved in it. They can choose the deepness. If they want to be like very deep and to like make their own tea sect, whatever, let it be. Or they just want to drink tasty tea, let it be also. But still the tea can brings you this kind of feeling of harmony, and the feeling when you drink a cup, the level of this taste and aromas in natural, good quality teas is very delicate. It's not so easy to catch it from very first impression, but after this level up of tastes in tea, it can learn you to also level up other levels of your life. First, it can be food. You don't want to take some fast food, and also mostly tea people less drink alcohol or not drink alcohol at all, not smoke, because you don't need this. It's too rough. It's too it's difficult, vulgarous, it's like, because the tea is some aesthetic thing, but the cigarette, not, and you don't want it, even drugs, whatever, marijuana, most of people don't use it, don't need it, because they have this, and it's fill up you totally, and some people can name it, it's also addiction or whatever, but it's peaceful addiction. We don't have any problems with health, with the mental health, with anything, even it's stabilizing mental health. In this case, so for me, it's really tea finds you. After you start, tea finds you. Tea people finds you. For me, tea is a people.
Yeah,
it's communication.
Definitely connection.
Yeah, connection,
definitely. And there is because the tea makes no difference between cultures, between religions. So we are all connected with each other. And when it comes to tea. That's completely right what you said. There's never, and I'm into tea since 1998. Wow. So I never experienced any bad thing with tea. Never.
So 25 years. It's like it's a good school, how we can call it. Yeah, actually it is, and you can also maybe you should consume too much. Okay, reduce amount for couple of months, a year or whatever. It's also poison, right? Yeah.
Could also be poison.
You can also drink too much water and also have problems. But here the culture, I believe that it's also very valuable. This is why some people, even tea people, use these, these teapots, glass teapots, like this Gunfu pot, whatever, some bottles. I never use it. I just prefer these. I have my bug. Why? Because when I just take this cup and that pot, and I have this small gameplay, it relaxes me, and I have a good friend or my employee or colleague or partner or whatever, my family of course, and just drinking tea together, and they start conversate, tell some stories, tell some business things, whatever. It just start building kind of atmosphere around, and this, I think, as more people gets involved in this kind of consumption, as more it became like most of these people maybe became more peaceful, more friendly, more
definitely.
Maybe it's a little bit utopia thing, because we also know the tea people, which is like anger or whatever, but still it's a culture, and I think the main problem on our planet is it's a really low culture. Low culture of anything, of I don't know, cinema, books, whatever, music, news, of course. And let's begin from a culture of consumption, some product. And this can be a small step. After that, people go to some more mindful hobbies, whatever, maybe some martial arts, yoga, whatever, some meditation, which is really needed now, and some not spiritual. I don't want to be like manipulate on these topics, because some people who are not to be ready to accept some Eastern mentality values
can still drink tea.
Yeah, you can still drink tea. We can still drink it like you from a big cup, whatever. Still, it can be better than to drink tea bags. But the way of consumption this way changed something. Right. Difficult to explain.
Let me ask you, because when you're traveling a lot, and would you say, it's just a theory, would you say that these kind of tashi or tea room, tea place gives you your home space? Or your safe space?
Yes, actually, a little bit. Yeah, I done it anywhere. In airplane, in airport, in a hotel, or like now in hotel in Berlin, wonderful. And also, it gives you kind of you create, because some people, of course, it's kind of fetish fetishism around this, and people collecting cups, and they like this glaze, and it's all very tactile, you know. It's like it's of course it is, and also tea brings you attention. And you'll be attentive on details.
Awareness.
There is this small line of glaze, and
the cup is changing just by filling in the tea.
Yeah,
it looks completely different when you have an empty cup.
Yeah,
it's a normal cup.
Yeah,
often. But when you come tea in, then it's completely looking different.
Wow, it's a very good aspect. I never think about that. It's why it's so important to meet different tea people with different experiences, because they have attention. But this attention is different, depends on the person, and sometimes we keep attention on different topics. But very interesting thing. I never think about the difference between empty cup and filled cup.
Yeah, it's a complete, especially with this handmade cup. That's for me. Why for me handmade is always important.
Yeah.
First of all, you have a special energy, and then you have this complete. If you have this fabric where it's nice and it looks good, but with this, especially with those handmade cups, it's completely it looks like a cave with just filled with water
and they're all different. This is my thing. That it's a personal thing, and you can, even if master try to do similar, it's still not the same, and you have your own. I like, actually, this is hand painted from very good artist Nikolai Korjavin. It's one of our Moscow dissidents. I call him a good guy. Yeah, and he knows like very difficult situation, and I guess he has political views and a little bit different with the current situation in Russia. But now, he just I really value this such people, because he's so detailed. Even this one, he used a special zooming glass to write it, because it's hand painted. And it's so thin, you can even recognize some details only from, see, wow, there is some person, so just to use this enlarger glass, and he make each object completely different with his all thoughts and nature and some personalities and some crazy ideas, and I really, I'm trying to gather the team of the people like him. So we have a beautiful girl like Dasha. She's doing glaze. She researched some glaze, and also she's chemist, and she made few hundreds of different glazes, and all the time discovering new types. And also Andrei, our main potter, he's all shapes as his, and he also very passionate to wood firing, and we do this wood firing. It was during 2 years. It was in my backyard, so we just would fire all the cups, and so it's very passionate, the pottery itself, and how it reflects the tea, and how it works together. And what I like also with ceramic, because all the masters who really do a quality, these very thin things, they are all a little bit similar in these details and with attention to details. Because this is Japanese pot, and this is Chinese ising, like stand for a pot, and this is like also ising, but also repair it in Stavropol, like a master of kintsugi, who make this also golden sticks. I don't know. Yeah. And it's also repaired 2 times. One is it was broken here, and after that I broke it totally, and then he repaired it again with these stamps. It's incredible, Gundabei. And this is like we made in Moscow, and this is also fabric from my friend, and he also with patterns, his own patterns, and he uses some special. So I like all this. Sometimes on your desk, like, this is from Portugal, this is from Europe, this is from China, this is from Japan, this is from Russia, this is from Georgia, this is from somewhere else, and it's all here. And you brew some, I don't know, Kenyan tea, and it's like international palette of colors.
And it's very sympathetic with you. You're not dressing yourself as a Chinese.
No.
So first of all, that makes him very sympathetic, because often they try to copy the Chinese style. And then it's completely, because
it's strange. It looks strange if you are not Chinese. If you are Chinese, of course, it's your like ethnically yours, traditional, But sometimes I wear it, and even some of my employees will lack Chinese culture, and it's okay. But But if you do like specially because you want to be the same or closer to, I can't judge these people, but
no, it's completely fine. But that makes your own style. That's what I want to say. It's I also don't judge it, but it makes you more sympathetic because it's you behind the tea. Maybe yes. With all your knowledge behind. So I did a lot of interviews, and what I'm trying to focus is how the personality is changing with a cup of tea. So who was you as you started with tea? And what is the tea teaching you over the time?
Wow, it's
interesting.
It's very interesting. So it was extremely risky idea because in total we invest more than €1 million only in this club because also we make some mistakes. It was during COVID. All the materials are more expensive, our workers are more expensive, and with regulations how long you can work or not or can't work, and all these supply problems during COVID, and it was so stressful and so challenging to do something in different country because I was lucky to find some good guys from very beginning who helped me and who already living in there like for 20 years and so on, and but still it was very challenging, and we didn't knew how it will be like, because anyone who talk about Netherlands, we see it's maybe not a tea country, people drinking more coffee, and there was no tea houses before. Even in Germany we have much more tea places than in Netherlands.
Yeah, true.
So it was really risky idea, but somehow we decided, okay, let's do it here, because it's touristy and it's still maybe it will be
the main point in Europe, right? It's perfect for you because you can ship everywhere.
And also the second port after China, world biggest in Rotterdam, and we see a lot of other things, the taxes and so on. For business development, a pretty good location, but still it was very risky. But somehow we started, and in the very beginning I see this idea, okay, we will need at least few years to develop the culture, to learn the local people and the guests, and also to develop the same from zero level how I made it in Russia before. So I need to record my video in English, I need to translate my book to English, I need to develop all these processes. Luckily, I started a little bit early with the translation of the book and so on, but
build
still
it before you need it.
Actually, I don't know why, actually, because we just decided it was a kind of ambition. Let's do moychay.com, but not .ru, and let's promote it properly, and we have some foreign clients, and we had some, not too much, but slowly it started growing because of mostly a product, because I was trying to search for specialties mostly, but somehow it became, in only 1 year we go to break-even point. So it really became profitable. Even my colleagues, partners from other similar businesses, and how did you do that? I don't know. Really, we just do how we can. We just build the best house we can build, and pretty big, almost 200 square meters, and it's a beautiful space. And people it's for easier, introduction. We just see the beauty. And even if you're not into tea, they just want to be part of it because it's beautiful. Because it's which is why I like in the tea. It's beautiful. It's aesthetics. It's culture. It's art. It's
tender.
Beautiful.
It's soft.
For
everyone is something.
And the styles can be different. Actually, each tea house I built differently.
Course.
Maybe the next one will be minimal. Now it's more Shanghai style, all the vintage stuff, whatever. But next one may be more like nothing like Japanese style. Also, why not? I love it.
Why not?
Yeah.
So, one last question to you: when someone is like to dive into tea a little bit more, coming from a big pot and want to start with a Kung Fu Cha, are there 3 tips you have for people to start with a tea?
I think
first buy the book.
maybe even not, but at least it will be useful to just if you read it, you will. It's like a pretty compact introduction. Also have a video blog, and maybe it's also useful. But the book itself, not only mine, of course. You can read a lot of articles about tea, and it's beautiful. we have more and more content in English and other European languages about tea, because most of the information is still in Chinese, Japanese is difficult to find. But now it's more and more people gets involved. Also, if you speak French, a very good book, L'Empire de Terre. It's from Catherine Rougevendre. It's a very good researcher, French. She lives in Paris, and a very good book, similar to mine, but in French, and also about more northern regions. A little bit even more. She more touched the northern green tea regions, and me, I'm mostly focused on South and Taiwan also. So yeah, it's kind of more and more people who do research. But I do believe that the first beginning must be from the tea itself, and try as more as possible to find the good people, not focus on only one person, on only one, be more wide as you can. It's maybe not so clever for me to say, because I'm doing tea business, to say like, hey, go also to other businesses, and so you can go, you cannot, easy, but it's up to you. And also it's if you feel like you enough with what you have, perfect. If you want to more research on it and more be focused on different kind of say knowledges, you cannot copy us, like we always searching for new. You can search or not search, but from my perspective, first is try different teas, speak different people, learn and watch, and for this you understand, do you want to go deep on it or not? It's really up to you. And after maybe developing the taste, of course it's good to buy good tea wear, which you really like. It can be expensive, it can be really like very expensive. Even me, imagine I have any accessibility for anything. Even I go to some shop, like now I was in Berlin, I just buy it here because I just see this teapot. And even I travel to Japan or China, whatever, I don't find the same. I find similar, different, but not the same. I just love this one, and I want to have this teapot. Only this one. I don't want to have other one. I want this. Other I also have, but still. And this why I bought in Thailand, in Bangkok. I found one good shop, and I just bought it because I was not in China. I buy this beautiful vessel because I preparing travel to Dubai from Bangkok, and I make a tea ceremony in Dubai and so on. So just it's kind of impression of how to interact with the tea and developing the taste. I believe that if you are enough focused on these details and aspects, on like playing with the tea ware and tea and the quality of it and the communication around, it will develop by itself. And you can do your business, or you can become like a tea master or doing some tea shop, whatever. But the main thing, I believe it's good to not lose this really passion to tea, because some people just make only for business. It's possible, but
then there's something missing.
People feel that. People feel that if you're not doing it by passion and love, they feel that it will not work, even if you want to do business. And maybe it's too deep to do only business. If you want to do business, it's more easy. So many possibilities to do it easier way. And here's it's so detailed and so complicated. You must be like living in this life, because I'm traveling and reading a lot. I'm seeing a lot in real life. I've seen people from tea world, and still I'm missing kind of opportunity to be focused on tea more when I want. And this is why we started these factories and so on. So my main maybe advice: drink tea
as much as you can.
Meet new people.
Share tea as well.
Share tea. Learn to share, and also develop your own taste. Develop your own feeling around tea, and not criticize others for how we don't be part of any like sect or school. Be part of life. Be part of self-reflection and your taste, of course, and try to learn all the time. To be open to anyone who trying to say something. Doesn't matter, is it via snobby, whatever knowledge about. Let's just develop your taste, and through this we can really build some not a toxic society, because in some places, you know, even I have this experience in this society, like, oh, we are I don't like this toxicity around small subcultures.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be a subculture. I want to be wide.
Yeah.
Like we have all this coffee everywhere.
Yeah.
And just compared to coffee world, yeah, it's different. But they do so big competitions, so big events, millions of people like gathered together, all these barista and all these styles. You never seen like someone criticize other coffee or restaurant or whatever, because there's so many restaurants and so many coffee places. Why don't have so many tea places? Also because we're less open. The tea society must be open, and if we build, this is why back to your advices, each tea master or start to be part of it, be more open to anyone. We build a really great society, and there's so many places for anyone, because billions of people just wanting it. They just don't even know that it exists.
Yeah, true.
So this is why it must be more promoted.
Yeah.
I believe if in television people just sit and drink tea during their conversation, or maybe even about politics, let them do their thing. It must be promoted on this level, like for anyone, for anyone.
Yeah, because it's for anyone. Tea is
and
for anyone.
And it works.
Yeah, it works.
So that's it.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Inga. I just really enjoyed the conversation, and hope we'll meet again. Maybe you can ask some questions in description and comments,
and
whatever.
I will definitely send it to you if there are any comments. You just ask whatever you want. I will link all the details in the description box below. And if you have any question, also put it in the comments, and then we make another version of this interview.
Why not? Why not? Thank you very much. See you. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.
Vielen Dank, dass ihr zugeschaut habt, und wenn euch das neugierig gemacht hat, wie man den Kung Fu Cha zubereitet, dann gibt es auch noch den Online-Kurs. Auch den findest du unten in der Infobox. Bis dahin, einen schönen Tag. Ach ja, vergiss nicht, Description, also abonnieren, einmal abonnieren und einmal das Video liken, wenn es dir gefallen hat, und gerne einen Kommentar unten lassen. Vielen Dank und bis bald. Bye bye.
Danke.